Welcome, my name is Peter Strong and I am a professional online therapist. I provide online therapy for anxiety, online therapy for depression, for stress, and for addictions. I also provide online therapy for post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. So what is PTSD? Well, basically it is the inability of the mind to process a traumatic event. A trauma is defined as an event that has extreme sensory and emotional components that the mind is simply not able to process. So that memory and the associated emotions around that memory become stuck. And that's why a person suffering from PTSD will constantly relive that memory in the form of flashbacks or recurring memories or intrusive thoughts and other forms of reactivity of the mind. Essentially, the mind is trying to heal that trauma, and that's why it reoccurs. But the mind is stuck. It does not know how to do that. So during mindfulness therapy, which is my specialty, we work on changing the underlying structure of that memory and the traumatic emotions associated with that memory. We look at the way that we see the memory and emotions internally, because that is what needs to change, our internal picture. Imagery is the natural language of emotion, and each emotion that we experience has its own individual imagery structure inside, how we see it internally. During mindfulness therapy sessions, we look very closely at this imagery to see how it works. Often, we find there's certain themes. For example, the imagery is too large, it's too close, and it has very vivid or intense color. These properties are what actually produce the emotional distress, the anxiety, the terror, not the actual historical event itself. It's how we see that picture internally. When we bring mindfulness to this internal picture, we begin to see the structure, and we can begin to change that structure. We begin to discover ways of making the imagery smaller, moving it further away, changing its color, and other things that we can change consciously that actually have the effect of diffusing and resolving the emotional trauma. So this is one central piece of mindfulness therapy. It's actually changing the internal imagery of the trauma. You change the imagery, you change the emotional intensity. And eventually that traumatic memory is able to resolve itself and become integrated into our general memory. And we stop experiencing those recurring symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. To learn more, please visit my website, counselingtherapyonline.com, and contact me. Email me, and we can schedule a therapy session via Skype to help you overcome your post-traumatic stress disorder. So please visit my website now and contact me. Thank you.